Welcome, beautiful people. Welcome to yet another video. I hope you guys are feeling good. I am glad to be back with another video, and in today's video, now there is some breaking news in terms of Chelsea. We had the CAF Awards 2024 yesterday night. It was nothing but a star-studded show. There was representation from all over the world, but then again, we had winners. We had winners carrying home trophies, and most importantly, we had representation. Now, in terms of the awards, it was nothing short of glamour, it was nothing short of culture, it was one for the books. I am glad I was able to witness it this year round, and of course for the winners, congratulations to them. I'll be covering them extensively in this video, so if you're new, please make sure you like the video, share it with your family and friends. Please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. You'll be notified every time I upload a video. Let's jump right into it. Now, I'll be starting with some breaking news. Now, in terms of Chelsea, we have Mudryk, who has been suspended by the FA. Now, of course, the club has released a statement. When I saw the notification on my phone, I won't lie, I was a bit surprised, and I was thinking perhaps it was something to do with the sponsors, or I know I went to a negative place. Yes, the news is negative, but it is in terms of Mudryk. This is what the club had to say. Chelsea Football Club can confirm that the Football Association FA recently contacted our player Mudryk concerning an adverse finding in a urine test. Both the club and Mudryk fully support the FA's testing program, and all our players, including Mudryk, are regularly tested. Mudryk has confirmed categorically that he has never knowingly used any banned substances. Both Mudryk and the club will now work with the relevant authorities to establish what has caused the adverse finding. The club will not be commenting any further. Of course, there has been reaction to the news all over the internet about this issue, and I would say I am surprised. I mean, in terms of the regular testing of the players, they are tested regularly, and in terms of this news, of course, it comes as a shock to us as the fans. Mudryk had to release a statement on his Instagram, and this is what Mudryk had to say. I can confirm that I have been notified that a sample I provided to the FA contained a banned substance. This has come as a complete shock, as I have never knowingly used any banned substances or broken any rules, and I am working closely with my team to investigate how this could have happened. I know I have not done anything wrong, and I remain hopeful that I will be back on the pitch soon. I cannot say any more due to the confidentiality of the process, but I will as soon as I can. Now, that was Mudryk in terms of his Instagram. Now, as I mentioned, this news comes as a complete shocker. I mean, in terms of our team, we've been doing well. Yes, we're not in the title race, as Maresca would put it, and Jackson. But in terms of this news of Misha, I have to say it comes as a shocker. Of course, we also have Badia Sheila, who's out with an injury, so he will be added to the players who are going to be out. And yeah, this is bad news, but we'll see how the news unfolds. Yes, this is part of protocol in terms of testing of the players. He has not knowingly taken any banned substances. Perhaps it was unknowingly. It is very unfortunate for the player, and as I mentioned, we'll see how this December evolves. I mean, in terms of the players, we cannot afford to have any negative publicity. Of course, for us, it's just a bummer because we are doing so well in the Premier League, in the UEFA Conference League. So I'll be on the lookout for more news as it develops, and please make sure you subscribe for more content. Now, let's shift gears to the CAF Awards 2024. I mean, let us appreciate the fashion. Let us appreciate the people that were present in this award show. I personally would have loved to be there, but unfortunately I wasn't. Perhaps in the near future, but I was glad I was able to catch it. Now, it was streaming on YouTube, both in French and in English, so if you aren't able, you can perhaps check it out on YouTube for the full award show. But I already gave you the shortlisted nominees, and of course I'll be giving you who won the night. Now, of course, in terms of CAF Player of the Year, we had Ademola Lookman of Nigeria, and we had Barbra Banda of Zambia. Now, this of course was the award of the night, and we have new crowned king and queen of Africa for the year 2024. I mean, it was nothing short of fun. The speeches were inspiring, of course, to the young kids, to the common man, to the common person. It was actually very nice. I am glad. I mean, it was nothing. It's nothing compared to the other award shows, if you ask me. One of the best shows. And of course, in Africa, this is where we bring the best of both worlds. So as I mentioned, I'll be going through the winners. The country that had the most awards was Nigeria. Then we had the other countries following suit. We had South Africa with a couple of awards. Cote d'Ivoire, of course, had its fair share of awards. We had Morocco with its awards. DRC also collected awards. I mean, it was a star-studded show. Let us jump in on who won the night and who carried which trophy. In terms of Club of the Year, the winner was Tipi Mazembe of DR Congo. Then in terms of the men's side, Club of the Year, it was Al Hilli of Egypt. In terms of Inter-Club of the Year, it went to Sanam Sudi of Morocco. Then in terms of Inter-Club of the Year, the men's side, it went to Ronwen Williams of Mamelodi Sundowns. Young Player of the Year went to Doha El Madani of Afsar, Morocco. Then Young Player of the Year, the men's side, it went to Lamine Camara of Senegal, who also played for AS Monaco. National Team of the Year, the women's side, it went to Nigeria. National Team of the Year, the men's side, it went to Cote d'Ivoire or Ivory Coast, depending on your lingua. Then Goalkeeper of the Year, the women's side, it went to Chiamaka Nadozie of Nigeria. Goalkeeper of the Year, the men's side, it went to Ronwen Williams of Mamelodi Sundowns, South Africa. Then Coach of the Year, the women's side, went to DRC Tipi Mazembe, Lamia Boumedi. Yes. The Coach of the Year, the men's side, went to MS Faye of Ivory Coast. The most talked about award of the night, it was the final award that was given at the end of the night, was Player of the Year, of course, the men's side and the women's side. Now for the men's side, it went to, bear with me guys, this name is actually quite long, but here goes nothing. We had Ademola Olajade Alade Ailola Lookman of Nigeria, who carried the Player of the Year. In terms of his accomplishments, he spoke a bit of Yoruba in terms of his acceptance speech, and of course for the player, it has been nothing but a good year for him. Now in terms of his name, of course his name translates to the crown, and of course he has been crowned King of Africa in terms of the Player of the Year. So this year belongs to Lookman. Now in terms of his accomplishments, he aided the Super Eagles to becoming the runners-up in terms of AFCON 2024. He becomes the 6th Nigerian to win this Player of the Year award. He is the 6th player to score a hat-trick in a major UEFA competition by having the win for Atalanta, their first trophy in 61 years. He was featured in Team of the Year for AFCON. He was also featured in Team of the Year in Serie A. And of course, he had the Ballon d'Or nomination. So in terms of Lookman, first of all, let us appreciate his abada. Now, it was his look. Yes, of course, he had his suit for the red carpet, but while he was accepting his award, can we just appreciate how good he looked? He looked absolutely incredible. I know I mentioned in terms of the stars, it was going to have a lot of fashion statements, and nobody does it better like we Africans. And of course, I am glad that I was able to watch, to experience this awards this year, and I hope perhaps in the future, perhaps in the near future, I will be able to attend more of these award shows. In terms of the CAF Player of the Year, the women's side, we had Barbra Banda of Zambia. Now, of course, she too has quite a number of accomplishments. The 24-year-old won Player of the Year, the women's side. Now, she plays for Orlando Pride in Florida. She also plays for the national team of Zambia. She signed for the Orlando Pride for the second highest transfer fee in the women's football history, and in her first national women's soccer league, she led the Pride to win the NWSL Shield and the championship. She was named the championship most valuable player. She was voted BBC Women's Footballer of the Year. She is Africa's all-time top scorer in the Olympic history, having scored 3 hat-tricks at 2 Olympic Games. And she led Zambia to win the 2022 COSAFA Women's Club, and she earned the Golden Ball with 10 goals, and that is in terms of Barbra Banda's achievements. So in terms of the CAF Award Show 2024, as I mentioned, it was incredible. I am really glad I was able to attend, virtually. Virtually what the internet can do for you these days. So I am glad I was able to attend it. And of course, in terms of Chelsea, in terms of women's club, we have the Champions League happening today. We are facing Real Madrid, and it's going to be interesting. Of course, I'll be giving you my review of the game, and this will be the last game overall in terms of the in terms of the women's side. Of course, I mentioned the Leicester game was the last game. That was in terms of the Women's Super League. But in terms of the year overall, this will be the last game for the women's side. I'll be covering it extensively. Please make sure you check it out. Breaking news about Mudryk. I'll be following it up close and be giving you updates. So make sure you subscribe to never miss a video. And if you're new, like it, share it with your family and friends. I'll see you in my next video, guys. Bye, guys.